We're off. How about y'all?
Yeah, let's give her.
Go. I agree.
And we've made it back to another damn week. This is a
Another
short week
Nice.
podcast here. We're right on
But oh
time.
boy, has so much happened.
Oh, there is a ton. Oh, if you played
Is there
Tarkov. If you
ever?
didn't play
Yes,
Tarkov,
there is. Right.
a little less. But how was everybody's week? Have a good week from Tuesday to Sunday. Now that we've changed days.
Pretty good.
Overall, it's pretty fun. Um,
Not bad.
had
Yeah, I would
some
say it's a fun week.
had some good raids, had some bad raids. You know how it would be. You know how it would be.
Well, shall we start it with country like always?
Tarkov.
Because country is the starter.
Is that the way it goes?
Yep, country's our starting pitcher.
All right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So we're just talking about the week.
Yep, raids week.
Not bad. I was helping one of my buddies. Well, I say helping. I died alongside one of my buddies that just got the game the other day. That was more or less what I got into this week in Tarkov was playing with him, a couple other people as well, but giving him guns and then me and him both losing guns and so on and so forth. That was the big part of it.
Oh, average Tarkov week,
But doubled.
but doubled. What about you, Bio?
I had a lot of fun doing running with the new guns. Uh, especially the new SMG. That thing is banging. That thing's gonna be good.
SH.
PPSH, drum mag it up and just go. I had some good raids with it. Had some bad raids with it. Um, if we're doing, if you want to do like best raid, worst raid, best raid is probably the one where I finally completed Punisher Part 4,
Hey.
which was
There you
dope as hell. So I don't have to run Shoreline with the Scav Vest Balaclava combo. I was just mosening it up and heard a fight near a gas station. So I ran towards it. Saw I was watching a dude, you know that truck, the double truck on the road and like the little gun box or whatever over there?
Yep.
Some guy was crouched, kind of going along the truck, one of the trucks. I hear some gunfire and I see him just die. And then I see a scav run over, start looting him. So I shoot the scav. And then I see somebody else tooling around by the fire truck on parking lot. So I shoot him, and that's when my quest popped.
Hey.
That felt good.
What about you, Metal?
Worst. Oh,
What about you?
You can finish.
I would say worst raid probably happened last night.
We'll get into that one later.
But we'll get into that one. Yeah.
That one's got its own special section. So what about you,
Yes,
Metal?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. This week is actually pretty eventful. I got back into my solo interchange runs just to. I feel like our team runs lately. I've been dying every single raid, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm just going solo for a little while." One after another, in and out every single time. Tech Light has not been getting looted at interchange. No one's really been turning power on. It's been odd. I've gotten Killa 3 times now. This is just in 3 days.
What is going on in Interchange?
I
Res-
don't know.
And
Late
Mr.
white
Crunch.
quitters. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, late white quitters, I think, and a lot of people are saving themselves for pre-wipe events. My week since Tuesday, I think has been like kind of like very much like BioWolf said, has been a lot of fun. I haven't really done a whole lot of tasking. I did get one thing done, I think, in between. What that thing is now, I can't remember.
Did you get your
But I did.
SVDS kills? Is that what it
Maybe
was?
that was
Might have
what
been
it
that
was.
one.
My PMC
Finished?
SVDS kills.
Aye.
So I got my
Yeah.
Epsilon, that Punisher series done. I think I finished up my Shoreline headshot kills on PMCs for Shooter Born in Heaven. not like that was a big priority, but a lot of sherping this week. We've got some new players in our Emerald GG community, so it's
We
been a
have
lot of fun doing
lots.
it that way. Uh, good
We also have
handful.
a
So
decent chunk joining the Twisters as well.
Yes,
right,
we
right.
do.
So it's been a lot. It's been a lot of that for me on my side is playing when either somebody else is playing or teaching the new people as much as I can. You know, I haven't really been focusing myself so much and more so waiting for wipe.
My week, however, has been strange. I mean, I only got to play like 2.5 days last podcast. There hasn't been much to talk about. Been average raids for the most part. Some that are like, oh yeah, I got a couple kills. I walked out. I think the most exciting like part of it was the hacker squad that was chasing us down when we sprinted through the entire map of Shoreline in an instant.
Oh yes,
yeah,
And that one
oh
felt good.
right, that's happened. We've had a few 7-mans on Shoreline where we've
Yeah,
had to
and
cross each other's paths and
7-mans get too hectic for their own good.
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
They're
you're
awesome,
telling
but
me.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
they
it's
do.
fun. It's fun to know that you've taken up 2/3 of the lobby, and really the other third is probably hatchlings running for, resort, or the Chads running for resort. So that's fun that way. But as far as comms go, no, thank you,
Mm-mm.
it's
no thanks.
it's hard to
Too
keep up with
much.
6 other people's thoughts that they're putting out of what they're seeing,
Well, and
trying to
especially
keep
when
it clean.
everybody starts
right.
to talk over top of each other, like
It
Jesus
just keeps getting
Christ.
louder, louder, and louder.
The
Yep,
important stuff
it
falls through
does.
the cracks. The unimportant stuff that doesn't matter right now gets, it's somehow finds its way to the surface, and it's just. There's been a few times I've had to deafen everybody out. 'Cause it's just like, okay, I know they're over there talking some nothingness, but I need to hear what's happening in this direction, and I just cannot, as a Canadian, tell them to shut the fuck up.
I mean, you can,
I
but you
can,
won't.
but it's just not
You
in
just
It's
me.
not
won't.
in his natural Canadian say. So, how was best and worst raids? Country, did you have like a best raid kind of feeling or anything this week? I know you've been tied up with a
Uh,
lot of other stuff.
I wouldn't say I had a raid that really stood out at all. Even though we died, I think my favorite raid was one I did with Jay Reed, just because it was hilarious. It was his first one. We got ambushed from behind, and he just did not know what to do. He got some good shots off, but he was panicking, and
I
it was pretty fun to experience.
I gotta say, I did not expect to see Jay Reed and Tarkov ever.
Ever.
Yeah, it took some
He's a
convincing,
big
I think.
Fortnite boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is.
Fortnite, Call of
Big
Duty, I think,
change.
or something else. Overwatch. He
Wow.
was a big Overwatcher.
Wow.
What
Talk
about you,
about one
Bio?
extreme to the other.
We'll skip your guys' special run that happened last night, and you guys can all talk about it at the
Uh,
end. So if you have a separate one,
There's only three of us
yeah,
in that
I
one.
do have a separate one. Probably it was probably the factory run we did right before that, where we got dumped by just a solo. All 5 of us just died in bathrooms to a solo player.
ooh,
Yes, I remember
That was
that on the
rough.
second floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
But he
second to
he actually
third.
ended up joining Emerald. He got into Crunch's chat, I believe. Jess.
Oh, Jess,
oh,
and I think he's the guy that goes by Drain Nose on. I don't know. I
Yeah.
had a couple people from you because you're always
Yeah.
hosting me like a mad lad.
It's the auto host. It just picks whoever's on at the time, I think.
you're
You're
the
still
late night
mad
Yeah,
lad
And
for
it's
specialist.
having
usually
me
you
on
at
your
that
list.
time of day.
You still have me on your list, and you're a mad lad.
Nah.
And Metal, do you have any special raids that stood out?
probably the factory run I did with Parrish and Jakers. That was
Ooh,
yeah, that look on Crunch's face is explains it.
Oh, was it really?
Uh,
I was just kind of.
so it's basically we rushed bathrooms. Parrish on one door, I was on the other, and Jakers was just bouncing back and forth as support. And we just sat there mowing anyone down that came into that door. Made it almost the entire raid before I got scabbed in the middle of a reload. But I had racked up a pile of bodies that had blocked the entire doorway. I could not see out the door.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like Office.
sounds familiar to Factory Scav
Yeah,
Session. Yes.
yes.
Crunch, do you have a
Oh.
one off?
A worst raid?
A best or worst raid that wasn't the special one.
The special one. Let's see. I did have a few. I can't remember anything specific, but I know I did have a few raids where I dumped 3 or 4 players in one, got a couple of scav kills. Worst raid. Nothing really sticks out. It's like, Sherping people and Tarkov experience. It's really weird right now being so late in wipe. So.
Doing a bunch of surfing for people with no items.
Right, yeah, and I've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of doing silent caliber. So it's 12 gauge silent shotgun. So I'm just out there pole vaulting my way through fucking shoreline.
It's pretty great. It's
Like
more effective than
it was.
I've been.
I mean, it was
I
fun,
know.
for SVDS kills, because you can slam a Voodoo or a Valde on there and bap, But you're slinging AP-20s, and those things shank and flank and they slice and it's
They'll go 110 meters
It's a
with
bad
some
golf game.
accuracy.
inaccurately, yeah. Come on now,
Hey, I had that headshot scab on woods that one time.
One time. It's
I'll
not
do it again.
consistent.
I'll do it again.
I will remain to my statement that it is not consistent.
That
Do it
MOA.
again.
Always pay attention. Okay. I guess for mine, my most memorable was killing the troll team with Killer, Clown, Toxic, and
Oh yes.
Nova Wiz was there.
Right.
We were in weather, and someone shot Toxic. Killer just mowed down some solo player. Turned around, I went upstairs. As I was going into weather station, somebody slung a bullet right by my face. So I got upstairs and went, oh, this isn't good. Mind you, I brought my 9x scope sniper. It was a terrible choice. And trying to peek and figure out where they're at, and they've shot a whole bunch at everyone. Nova goes by and gets mowed down by one of them who was hiding in a bush. So I peek out a window and I see his head finally. I drop him. Killer gets shot in the face by M80 fast MT with the cheek plates, and it saved his life. It was one of the most impressive things I've seen. Found him. The guys were running a SA-58 with no stock, 50-round drums, and a red dot. The other was a DVL with a red dot and no stock. And they were both just running M80. And they both had empty Tac-Tecs, their tri-zip packs, just sitting there on top of what their regular armor was. So it was a blast. But that was about the really memorable raid. So now on to the part where you guys talk about your special one.
Oh boy. It was actually a really good raid right up until about 5 minutes left.
3 minutes remain.
I feel so bad. 8-Blade, I feel so bad for you. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
okay.
it, brother.
Don't worry about it.
Really don't.
But maybe switch your hotkeys for grenades. Yeah, my insurance already came back from it. Actually,
I haven't logged in.
I mean,
to check
that
yet,
is
so.
what insurance is for.
Right, but I got it back, so it's all okay. But we were just mowing down scavs, player scavs, all the scavs. There's a whole pile of bodies in the hallway. There was so much loot. Crunch was just taking loot off bodies and bringing it into the office because there was a player scav milling around, not showing himself. So we just didn't want to get headshot by him. And just we're doing our thing. All of a sudden we hear, oh shit, clank, clank, clank. And we all try to most of us try to scatter. I don't think Trix knew what happened. But I start heading to a door. I don't get out of it in time. Grenade goes off right in the middle of the office, gets all 5 of us.
Ooh.
Every single one of us.
Yep.
It was rough. But it's okay.
2 minutes left. The insurance comes back. There's no chance.
That's Tarkov. I'm actually surprised that player scav that was hanging around didn't come in and vacuum everything up.
He was probably too scared and just got out on his own.
Probably. It's like, why were they throwing grenades? Oh my god.
That's not good. I'm not going up there now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think you're right, A-Player. Like, there's times where we've hit G
What?
instead of F, and you just throw it.
I will be right back. Hang on.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we'll balance it. Man himself is just. Let's go to our new player part here. Like the importance of
Okay.
ammo and ammo type, and what it does. Like, get the right ammo, please. I don't know how many guns I've picked up off of players I've killed that are running T45 ammo just because it's a little bit cheaper. So bad. It's so impossibly bad. Need to make sure you have enough pin for average armor, so tier 3 or tier 4, or you're going for leg meta. You're running an AK with T45M and you run into somebody with tier 4 armor and shoot them 9 times in the chest. Look, they're walking out of that. You're not.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say all the time, but it happened to me. Where
Yeah.
I had the tier 4 armor, and I did not walk out of that.
True. I mean, it's possible to kill somebody with worse ammo. There's always that chance, because if you're not hitting armor, you can still damage. But making sure you're using at least average ammo. You don't have to use top tier, because top tier is really expensive stuff. If you're running AK, please run PS ammo. Please. At a minimum.
You said BS?
PS.
Oh, I thought that was like the worst.
No, worst is
Yeah.
T45M. PS still gives you the ability. It doesn't pin as high, but it's got good armor damage value.
That's fair.
So that didn't work the way that I wanted to.
No, it didn't. But that's okay.
Anyways,
Get the noms.
But
yes, foods.
But making sure ammo type. You're running 9mm. Figure out what you're going to do. If you're going to shoot for body parts instead of armored parts, bring whatever, but make sure it shoots fast.
I would say if there's an equivalent to RIP ammo in that caliber,
There is RIP,
Run
and
that.
then you can run BSE or BST GH ST,
something like that, yeah.
and it gives you at least an option. But making sure you know what your ammo does is important. Because that changes everything, especially on a scav run, to knowing what you can and can't do.
It's true.
Because when you go in with a scav with a Mosin, you have LPS GZH. Okay, that ammo is good up to tier 4. Get the scav with the M700, you get M61. Fight back.
You can kill anybody potentially with 2 shots.
Yep.
If you hit them thorax or 1 shot head, really.
But what do you guys like? Let's just say in a scav run, if you see ammo that's, say you get a Keter with PSO GZH or BST, the low tier 9x18.
I just
Sorry,
don't get
what's the
into a
question?
fight at that point.
What do you do with a Keter with that?
Yeah, if you're
ammo?
using,
Yeah.
if you guys get bad ammo on your scav, because that's usually where you're going to end up with bad ammo. It's either early wipe or on scav runs.
At that point, chances are I am stash running at that
Yeah.
point. Usually my scavs are stash runs anyway. And if I am killing other scavs just because I want his bastion or his whatever he's got, I'm looking around and making sure that there's not 3 more of them waiting to swarm me, and I just put one in his brainstem. That's it. Right?
Yep.
But most
And
of the time, I'm just stash running my scavs, anyways. So.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty common thing. Going for loot, not kills.
Yeah. And I think that brings up an important point of like where you're hitting somebody as well with your ammo. Like if you can avoid their armor at all, face, always aim face. even if they have a face shield, I think the best face shields money can buy off of traders is going to be like a level 3, maybe level 4.
Level of that would be kill a helmet.
Yeah.
Crack that
Right.
face shield and it makes it impossible to see.
Yeah, as
I'll
long
Then
as
you
you
gotta
hit
ring
it.
that bell for a minute. They're gonna be looking, what the hell do I do, man? You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. If
so
and we may not kill them right away, but you should be able to do some damage and scare them at the very least. And that making them run away is often as good as killing them, because then you can run away and survive, or reposition and mow them down, like one or the other.
Right.
I was gonna say there's a lot to be said about resetting a fight. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
so
But
don't
that could
have
be
to
a whole
man
other
up.
topic.
Yeah, just a quick tip: you don't have to man up
Right,
to
right.
every fight. It's okay to
I
run
still
from
have to
them.
learn that. I
You
still have
don't
to learn that.
respawn. This isn't COD. You're paying for your gear. This isn't PUBG. Like, it's fine to run away. Reset the fight, but run away if it's worth it to you. Like,
Yeah. Then they're on the flip side of like penetration and flesh damage, that kind of thing. Um, if it shoots fast, it's okay to not use the top tier ammo. You don't have to pin through someone's slick. You can use SP5 ammo and you can zero that armor so quick. Doesn't really change much. So knowing what happens in each like gun and its ammo type is a big difference.
Mhm.
Trying to go. Do we want to move on to like best kind of budget ammos? I mean, M80 is like #1 best budget ammo there is.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I can talk about the ones I'm familiar with, just mostly M80, because yeah,
It still does amazing things for you.
it
I'd
will.
still say like if you're going in 545, ET can get you through a lot for a very long time. It's half the price of yes.
Mhm.
It might
What
not
about you
break.
guys? What about you guys that run your 8Rs?
Oh, you just go full budget and you run 855 and you aim for faces, and that's your only option because until you get what keeper level 2, that's when you can get 856. 856 is almost as bad as 855. You have to figure out how to get 855 A1. Until you can get that, don't bother. Just run 855 and you toughen up. You realize it might take 9 shots to kill somebody. Um, does anyone have any other ammos they want to talk about or anything? They got quiet.
It, I don't know exactly what you would call budget ammo to begin with. I've been running this pretty much the same ammo since it's been available to me for months now.
What is
yeah,
that?
And
I don't know. I just
Well,
look
I
up an
guess you
ammo
could
I
trade.
run the Hunter all the time,
Oh.
so and I've been running M6 too, pretty much on a
Budget.
regular basis. Like I said,
M62
I don't
was.
understand budget.
So maybe we should talk about what budget ammo actually is. It's cheap but effective. It's not gonna like pen tier 5 and 6 armor consistently. But it can still do decent body damage and pen at least to like level 3, 4 consistently. So, and it's cheap on at least flea market. I don't know
It's
So
usually
what most
cheap
of the
to traders
traders will
too.
have.
Usually it's
Can we
cheaper for
define
traders.
cheap and budget though? I think that's the better
Yeah,
question
yeah.
here. Like, are we
Well,
talking under
Probably the
750
better
around,
answer.
or are we talking under 225 around?
I'd say
Right.
750 around because I mean that's gonna you're as soon as the first week of this new wipe comes up,
Or
the
anywhere
ammo's
in
gonna settle
between.
back out.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
BT you're looking
I would say under
400.
500 around is where I'd set budget. I mean,
Country,
3K a round is not budget, but hey, I mean, you can still run it.
but it's gonna cost a lot if you die because that's gone.
Only if you buy more than you need.
You always need extra. Never bring short on ammo.
Well, I mean, how many rounds of the new PPSH ammo did I buy? Like 600? Because it's cheap.
That
It's
thing
like
will
not
rifle out
Oh,
ammo
I bought
before
like
you even
5.
know it.
Yeah.
I bought like 500 rounds of that shit.
Yeah, I think I brought half of it into one raid.
Oh my. I guess let's move on to the next thing. This is going to be a little shorter podcast. How do you guys feel about the new 45 caliber weapons? You guys have got to touch them, and
Just waiting on someone else to say. I've said a lot so far, so.
I think
I haven't used
Bio
it.
and Crunch are the only ones that have touched it.
I haven't played with the pistol at all.
Mhm.
The PPSH though, you would expect it to climb and then hold like everything else does,
No.
but it climbs and then it drops.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest thing ever. It has got negative recoil.
Huh.
Yeah,
So
it's actually how that gun really is.
Okay,
yeah,
Oh.
I
it
mean,
stays
with that.
fairly
immersion,
steady.
immersion, but like it's really really weird to get used to when everything that I've ever played ever climbs in recoil. So it's fun. I'm not sure if I had the best ammo for it
There's only
because I
2
feel like I
types
have
right
to
now.
piss like a mag and a half into a scav, mind you, like we
Yeah,
said
there's
last week, or the last time, like tanky scavs these days. But I don't know, maybe it's got like a wide spread and I didn't hit as much as I thought I should have, but
so
it can be fun.
with
I
what
haven't
I've
played with a
looked
drum
at
mag yet though.
and with my experience with it, it's going to be a very solid early to mid wipe gun. The best ammo for it is PST GZH TT ammo.
I believe.
So it fires the same ammo as the TT pistol right now.
Oh.
It's that same exact caliber and ammo.
Okay.
It'll pen tier 3-ish armor. So it'll go through face shields in a couple of hits. It'll go through tier 3 armor in a couple of hits. So aim face torso for it. And it does solid body damage. I think it's like 50 body damage, which is pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's good ammo. It's not very expensive right now, unless it climbed in the last couple of days.
Sure, it's gonna climb
Um,
right now. Try this
yeah,
gun. Like
that's what I'm
everything new.
thinking. But I think it'll also climb early wipe because it's going to be a monster. Like Crunch said, it's extremely low recoil. There's no modifications for it at all. Its base recoil is like 47. It's insane. And Ergo is decently high too. It's also in like the 40s. So
That
you can sit in ADS forever with the mag. It shoots really fast. It climbs a little bit and drops with the recoil control. So if you aim center mass, you'll climb right up to their face and then drop back down, depending on how far away from it you are.
that's dangerous.
It's good. I almost died to it last night wearing tier 5 armor. I had 18 health left
Oh
after
my.
a stutter. It was rough. It was rough. I survived. Armor took a little bit of damage. It was mostly my limbs and stomach and all that.
I
But
guess
yeah,
then
it's gonna be a monster. Early wipe. It's
Brings you awake,
available.
the term spray and pray.
And even ADS spray isn't that bad. Like, there's not a lot of spray. There will be some spray and pray. I caught you with it on accident a little bit in the hallway there when I killed you on that raid. But I
Yeah,
got you
that
anyway, so I don't
Oh.
care. It's okay. I got out of that raid a lot. I'm the only one that made it out of that raid, by the way.
I haven't checked to see if that gun came back yet.
I kind of hope it did. I got out kind of early, and I was being followed, so I really had to move.
Being where I died, I would not be surprised if it doesn't. But that was a nice M4 that I brought in.
Oh no.
Yeah, I brought a nice M4 on the raid before that one. I think that came back. I'll bring that too. Pudge, you will go deaf. Is loud as shit.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
We don't have to worry about him going deaf. He'll forget his contacts.
Hey, now. Don't need contacts. They cost 10 grand. They're just a hindrance.
Those aren't contacts.
Yes, SHs. They're just the same. Just as good, guys.
They're even Nikita said they were bad.
I know. Fucking Nikita
Okay.
over here trashing on my
I'm-
stuff.
Yep.
Well, I guess let's hop over to some viewer questions because no one's tried the 45 yet, and we still need to research that and play with it a little.
Mhm.
So that will happen this evening. But we got one saying. Here we
If you need them, I have them copied.
go. Yeah, if you could.
So, first question is, what are you guys going to do different after the wipe?
I
Nothing?
think I'll start. I'm actually going to change it up a little. I'm going to be a little more risk-filled early by probably running into Resort on Shoreline pretty early and trying to mop stuff up, especially day one where everybody's at the same level. If we're on the same page, I think I can just win a head-up fight. Right now, I don't feel like I can compete with Mega Chads. But I think that's about the only thing I'm going to do different.
That doesn't sound very different to me.
Oh,
I can't really think of anything I'd do different as far as gameplay, other than just what I focus. Like early on, I didn't focus questing or really hide out at all. So that's definitely something I'm going to switch up. So gameplay will be about the same, but I'll be switching up my focus a little bit.
Yes, I am totally banging quests out real fast on customs, anyways.
Ugh. That place.
Really
Yeah,
pay attention to them, but
I'm probably just gonna continue on the same path I'm going. Obviously, the quests get them done quick so I can get my levels out of the way. But I want to continue on. Keep running interchange. I want to see what post wipe will do for the changes on that map, as well as continue learning reserve. Because I've been hitting that a lot more and more lately.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to actually understand that map.
Serve would be a good one to actually get into once
I feel like
toaster
nobody-
pieces are
Cooking
upgraded.
the PC.
and that's exactly the
really problems with
problem, right? Like,
Yeah, but you have a more modern PC than I do.
yeah, mine's what, couple 3 years old now. I haven't
Mine's 4.
put like a real proper cleaning into it.
Ooh,
Pulled the side panel off of it and give it a little,
Yeah.
but I haven't like one other family member of Emerald GG's filter looked like.
Yeah.
If
oh,
you guys saw that,
oh.
that kind of gives me a little worry. And the girlfriend here too, she says, "You gotta clean your fans, babe." I'm like, "Oh God, good, great. Thanks for the complex, guys." Like,
Hey,
Clean your
can't have
fans.
dusty fans, man.
Once
Um,
once a month, I shut everything down, pull everything out, clean it, recompound the CPU, all the way down to the motherboard, tear it apart, rebuild.
ugh.
You, sir, are dedicated.
yeah.
I make sure they're running good.
I mean,
Probably how I
Um,
got 8 years on my last one.
maybe.
but yeah, I would agree. I was just starting to learn reserve. I would like to get through reserve a lot better because there is good loots and you can get free foods and waters and
And
black rocks and raider gear and things like that. So,
yeah,
but
that's what I was gonna
it
say.
just cooks my shit. Just like BioWolf said, it just roasts it, man. Like,
Put eggs on there. You could probably make a full
I-
breakfast on how hot that
I'm not
thing
even
is.
sure
Probably,
if it really
honestly.
gets it that hot. It's like 10, 12, 15-minute load times, and it says, "Oh, sorry, we're not gonna let you in." And then
Right.
I alt F4, and then in 90 seconds, it's like, "Oh, here you go." I don't have time for that.
Fix reserve, please, for us plebs without giant
Please.
PCs.
I don't know what the
Imagine how
problem
Streets is
is,
gonna
but
be.
Oh,
Streets is
no.
oh
gonna be
my
terrible.
God, I am not touching that with a 30-foot pole.
I'll be soloing Streets for a while then.
Yep.
I'll be trying it. We'll see how it goes.
We'll be in 25 minutes late. I guess if
Unless
it's a
they-
2-hour raid, that's okay.
You're right.
Well,
We'll be scamming
unless
a
they
lot.
do like a 50-foot, like, you know, whatever they call that, but like a gradient render, you know. But
That
it's
would
not gonna
help.
try and force like the full 40-man raid rendering in on me. That might be okay, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they
Well,
have the power for that? That just might add more stutters. Like, jeez.
and what was the other question? The
Can't
other
think of
viewer
that.
question we had?
The other question is, what is the thing you guys want in the next wipe?
What?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
I
So
don't feel like I know enough about the game to speak about what I want.
I want
next week.
revolvers.
Yep.
That's all I want in
Oh,
Tarkov.
get
Revolvers
you
would be
on outta
amazing.
here.
44 Magnum.
Give me
I'll
two
be
357,
Tarkov.
dual
I
wheel,
want-
running through Clint Eastwood
This is
style, Dirty Harry in
Tarkov.
it.
Tarkov, come on now.
I'm simple. I want all the PMC kills.
I mean, that's a really good one. I
Right?
would appreciate
just-
if it is not against us.
And that actually ties into my answer to what I would do different after the wipe is I'm gonna try and get into that Chad mentality. I'm gonna push fights. I wanna kill people. It's way too much fun running around like Shoreline Hills going, "Ooh, there he is."
Run
Shoot
them
him quick,
down.
right? I
It
find
really
that fun.
is.
I want to
Especially with a
put
full
bullets
5-man.
I wanna
Well,
put
now
bullets
that
to
we've got the
faces that aren't bios.
survivability.
What's that?
So I want to put bullets to faces that's not bio.
Yes,
That's a great
please.
one. What
I
about you,
feel
Metal?
like
What
with
do you
as
want?
much
I honestly don't know what I would want. I haven't really put any thought into that. I know Serotonin popped in my chat. He was saying shorter scav resets would be nice.
Yeah, that
Yes
would
and
be
no.
kind of
you
nice.
can get that with
That's-
the hideout though. It gives you
Right.
that.
Yeah, and I think I'm down to whatever
And
the
I-
minimum is now.
Yeah, 12 is
Which-
the lowest. 12 minutes is the lowest it can get.
Which then
Which,
I
if you-
think kind of forces us then to quest.
Right.
Right? It's
It's
all
a
kind
way
of
to
the same ball of
force
shit
the
in my
PMC
mind.
runs. Yeah.
Right. And
And
now with the
honestly-
therapist, post therapist healing. One thing I would like to see, how about this? If we got post healing, give me a post raid canteen, god damn it. Like
It
not
would nev-
only is homie beat up, but he needs a little something to eat and drink too. Like, come on now.
that
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Like, you know,
Even if it's just to pull it from your stash, just like the lowest value thing. I don't know.
yeah, something like that,
It
or
taps in and
keep
burns
doing
off
like they're
an
doing,
entire aquamarine or something without you even knowing.
or keep doing like they're doing. Charge me 4 or 5K, and I'll buy it and use it on the spot. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like
Cheaper in a water bottle.
yeah,
True.
whatever it takes, I'll pay it right after. If you're gonna give me heals, give me a canteen too. Come on now.
I think
Come
I
on
want to
now.
see a
Yeah,
couple.
I mean, I'm
lunch-
less
I-
excited about that, but
I want a lunch buffet.
I want a couple. I want a couple of guns to show up. A couple different calibers. I want to see
What are you
like
looking for?
well, I want to see something like 454 SOCOM, something really slow rate of fire with really heavy pin. You could knock down Mega Chads. 454,
Megachad.
yeah, 454 SOCOM IRL. It's a 700 grain bullet that will go through like 6 inches of steel.
oof.
So if you could
Spicy?
imagine just beating through people with slicks and
I
just
mean,
not
is it
caring.
portable? If
Is it
it's
portable? Yeah, it's built into a AR platform under 50 Beowulf. You know what 50 Beowulf caliber is.
So
no, but
bringing that up, I'd like to see light machine guns.
More of
make
them?
their way in. More of them.
Mm,
They've already got the open bolt system now with the PPSH,
Which is
so
awesome.
they can do it. And apparently they opened a slot up to like mod the trigger and a couple other things.
Yep, that's supposedly
this?
coming because the 1911. That's the setup. That was the
Yeah.
gun they're going to test this with.
Yeah.
But we're going to be able to change our trigger setups. And that sounds amazing. But like a heavy slow trigger on if you're trying to do precision shooting.
Yep.
Or something really light for a little pew pew pistol.
So how is that going to affect me when I click?
Not much.
Slower click versus faster click.
Yep. Some game might have like a
Okay.
top end rate of fire, kind of like, I'd say like Borderlands kind of thing,
Right,
where
right.
certain revolvers can't shoot faster.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Can someone
can sit
explain
there
what
and
lever action is?
A lever.
Lever
a
action, like
lever
an old
action, like a
cowboy.
good
Old,
old cowboy.
lever.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
that does need to
Okay.
get
Yeah,
added
Old
as
yeah,
well.
Wild
whack,
West,
whack, whack, whack. Yeah, give me that. I was thinking about that, throwing that in there.
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
what
but
caliber
it's
can you get?
Tarkov though.
Well, they did
You
make,
can get
45.
the melt guns in lever action, can't you?
yeah,
What was that?
45 would be a lever action straight up because 45 long Colt, and they make one for 45 AC. Now they do make one in 9 mil, but no one would ever buy a 9 lever action. And if you do,
I would.
That's what I was gonna
Just
say.
for-
I
In the
mean, it's a little
Midwest,
plinker.
30
It'd be
30
fun.
lever actions are real popular, but they're not
Yeah.
good over 100 yards. Like they're not worth it.
I could
Right,
just go
right.
down the street and buy a Mosin right now. So local shop just got 3 of them in.
oh
How
Dang.
much?
yeah,
I didn't check price.
Wow.
Oof.
not. We need to know these things.
I didn't feel like going down there. Going back to that though, I don't know how big it is in Russia, but I know like around here in the States, black powder rifles are still very popular.
Oh yeah.
They
I'm
are very
honestly
popular.
surprised considering the like the kind of lockdown effect area to like Tarkov is, that people didn't have them stashed away in their houses and they've made it out into the streets.
Yeah,
Right,
but if
right.
I'm going to war, I'm not taking a black powder.
No.
Like, at
Right,
any
but
point. Like, they're-
scavs kind of take whatever they can get.
yeah, but
Yeah. But
I
in,
I
don't know.
think the
I don't.
slower rate of fire on that would be killer. Like
Well,
actually
you gotta reload
kill you.
every
The
single time.
Right.
reload. I mean, you got one shot, and then you better hope you hit, and there's no one else with them.
Yeah.
Right.
maybe like a sharp rifle where it's a top loader with a cartridge, but it's single shot. So you can shoot your shot, top load your next. That I think would be a good addition for like scavs and stuff. It's a big, slow, heavy bullet that doesn't pin a lot but
Yeah.
hurts.
But this is Tarkov.
True.
It's
Like-
I don't think it would be a good fit for how people run the game right now.
No, it wouldn't. Right.
Yeah,
I think it would be awesome as an idea and as a concept.
Yeah.
But and probably the same thing with the lever action. I don't know how quickly those fire.
You can zip them
Mm,
out pretty quick.
Can you?
Yep.
Yeah,
as
but
quick as you can flick your wrist.
Because you can
That's
hold the
pretty quick.
trigger down
yeah,
essentially.
basically, yeah, you just hold.
As soon as the lever
hold and
comes
just-
back up and it shuts, it'll go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just sit there and just.
I think lever actions would be a neat addition, but I don't know if in Russia they
There
ever picked
are
up
some-
popularity.
There are
Yeah.
some tactical lever actions out there these days, though, too, isn't there?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they can get
I don't know, it's
tactical
just-
out pretty good now.
It's just a very Tarkov, I think, is a very modern milsim Russia-based shooter. So, I like in other games, like, yeah, great. You know, PUBG's got a lever action, awesome. When they brought in Miramar, great. But Tarkov, when we're talking like PMag D60 drum mags with M856A1 and like, you know, like uber tactical baby AKs, and I don't know, like now you want to start playing cowboy, like it just doesn't
Yeah,
fit
Russia
to me.
wasn't-
I don't know,
Yeah,
it just
Russia's
doesn't
not
work.
a cowboy.
Yeah,
I only want to
Yeah.
play cowboy with dual wield 357s. That's all I want in life.
I
well,
do.
I'm sorry, but this might not be the game for you, BG.
I have one more addition. Bring high point guns into the game. I want the Uber budget.
I'd
I
just throw it. I would just throw the gun. That'd be my defense. Just
Yeah,
I
just
don't know what
like-
that is. So
they're the
It's
cheapest
the,
brand of gun
it's
maker
the
you can
Walmart
buy.
firearm.
It's cheaper than
okay.
Walmart firearms. Thank you.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
like-
one.
Like
What?
if you went to Harbor Freight and if they sold firearms,
You're not wrong there.
Yep.
like, you know, like, and I feel like the breakdown percentage on those would be somewhere in like the 87%. Like you get like whack whack whack. Oh shit! It's well, send it back to Harbor Freight because this one's now no good. and they'll send you 3 more in replacement, over the next 6 months because it's a piece
Never
of shit.
break. But they don't
So-
break.
Either that, or they better only run me 300 rubles a pop, because that's
You
about
could
all
do
they're
them
gonna be
like
worth.
you could do like a $10,000 ruble, like high point 9 carbine with a 10 round mag. 10K cheaper than the pistols in its carbine form.
Taz's are 8K.
Yeah,
One,
and a 9 mil's more useful than Taz.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
one mechanic
I
I
don't
would
know.
like
The
to.
Taz is useful for blacking limbs in random places with misplaced shots. Because
Right
I've
you
had
are.
more limbs blacked and made red by a Taz than probably anything else. Because why not?
Wrote the
Literally just
custom
because.
scavs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interchange scavs with their Tazes. They're rough, buddy.
Assholes.
Those things fucking wreck you.
They do
Yeah,
for
yeah.
being just 20 gauge.
But when we use them, you can't hit a fly. It can't hit the broadside of Ultra
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah. If your target is, that broken down car on the highway, you might be okay. But
From 2 feet away.
you're trying to hit, 30 pixels of scav. Good luck, bud.
Yeah.
At 50 feet away. But these motherfuckers will paint you up from head to toe in 2 shots, and you,
a handy point.
get out of here with that.
Which is a handy point because most of those are 2-round mags, which saves you
Yeah.
half the time.
It does.
Because if they could shoot, if they had the 4-round more commonly,
Oh.
gone.
Oh, I don't even want to think about
Gone.
all scabs with 4-round Tazes.
Ugh.
All right, I think we've just pretty much hit the tangent point, and I think we should wrap it up and go raid. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I
Um,
think so. I'll do a few more.
Unless we have any other questions or anything else that's
yeah,
popped up. in the
if anyone
last
has any
while.
other questions, real quick.
All right, while we
None
wait
over
for
here.
that, one more mechanic I would like to see added. I was talking a little before the podcast is an ability to post up. If there's if you're on a half wall or a tree or something that's downed, being able to post up for a more steady shot. I think that would be a pretty decent mechanic to add.
Kind of a lean on, or
Right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a bracing
Or
ability.
make bipods useful.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
biobot.
be amazing.
bipods.
Oh, my shoreline sniping ideas would get so much better.
So on my side, the girlfriend, my best looking mod and everything, because you know how it is. How do we feel about helping the new players in this last 5 or 6 days since the last podcast? For those of us that have been helping the new players.
I don't feel confident enough in my own ability to help a new person. I am more than happy to give them all the advice I can, but as far as leading them, I don't have the confidence in my own ability to do that.
I'll kind of go I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying teaching because it's actually teaching me more about the game itself because I'm having to pay extra attention for things that go, oh yeah, I know this really well, and then I start explaining and go, oh wait, I actually don't know that well. Let me make sure of that real quick. I double back to make
Right,
sure.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
making sure you explain it in terms that they're gonna understand right now,
While
and
in
then
raid.
slowly work them up into the Tarkov lingo. Because there's been times where people at Crunch, I love you, but sometimes you use some
yeah.
words where the
No, I
people are
hear
just
ya.
I just know they're looking at their monitor like,
Oh yeah. and I think we've all been there. I've been
Yeah.
there. And it's just hard, now that we're I've been playing since December 9th, 2019?
Yeah.
And we're sitting here now at May 10th? So
6 months.
that's 6 months. And at first I was just like, you just gotta slow down and talk to me in the way that I see it on my monitor. And
Yeah.
it's hard. It's like I've said, it's the WoW of FPS, right? So you just start slinging I thought your mana drain is gonna be and it's just it's hard, and I get what you mean. I know it's exactly what you mean. Not a problem. Pudge, or somebody who said they were saying
I've been
somebody started
enjoying it.
something?
I'm learning more. I will say it's a little
Right.
hard trying to teach call outs that we commonly know, and like trying to make that like teaching somebody what that call out means, especially with like shoreline, my love, my true love.
Yeah.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
right,
Okay, it's
definitely.
down by gas bus. It's in between gas and bus. Things like that where
Without
people
being
still don't
right
know
on
the
top of
reference.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that definitely is tough.
because
Yeah.
I know
So
I can go to any
Yeah,
one of
it
you
is.
and say, "Hey, that guy's about just above gas way out there," and you guys can pinpoint that thought.
right.
Right. I
And,
I'm
mean,
getting
and
there. I still don't understand shoreline that well, but I'm starting to pick it up more.
well, it's funny
right.
because we were playing with Hamish, who doesn't know shoreline very well, but will still charge into fights when he sees them and try to
Or
make the call
hears
out.
them. Or hears them.
He'll or hears them, and he'll try to make the call outs, and we're just sitting there like, I know this map, but I don't know where you're looking right now. I have no
Yes.
idea where he was looking. But
Right.
he
Yeah.
knew where he was looking, and he was just dropping people left and right, and it was fine. 'Cause
Right. Yeah.
he was our
Just Chad
guardian.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. But
I,
you're
I would
right.
ag-
Like,
I would agree on the point that you kind of got to force yourself to slow down.
yeah,
Yep.
for sure. Yeah,
You know.
I would definitely run people through a map if we just took a basic route, slowed down, and then like, okay, we're gonna stop here for a second. I'm gonna show you some landmarks. Like, over this is the bus station. If we say bus station, this is what we're talking about. This is power station. This is
And
what
it,
we're talking about. Gas, Scav
yeah.
Island, all those places that we know by heart
Right.
Mhm.
and we can run to. Like, oh, those shots, bus station, let's go. Well, some new
Right.
person's gonna get left behind at gas and be like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
See,
So
that would be so much better if they add in that online offline mode. Like
Yes,
That
offline
would be
run
offline
your
with
amazing.
full
friends.
crew
Yes.
offline.
yeah.
Right. Right.
That would be
And
the best way to teach anyone once that's
Uh,
implemented.
I
Until then, I would actually say everyone grab a Taz and let's go landmark hunting. That
Go
way,
for
we're
a
not really
hike.
risking anything, right?
yeah, at that
But
point,
we don't have
yeah.
scavs hunting us either, right?
Right. Right.
That way, if we die, we just lose our Taz. Whatever,
On kind of
I'm
on the
fine.
tail end of that note, I have to big kudos to the one and only NPO Biowolf because you can really tell that he's got that dungeon master patience. Because I'm out here just like holy fuck, like I'm gonna have to put like cold Pepsis on my neck because my blood is getting a little too hot, you know. And he's just like, no, no, it's okay. Yeah, no, we're just over here. I'll come and collect you. It's fine. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't
Crunch
stand
is like
this.
a mile away.
I
It's the
am way
funniest
off and
thing.
over here, just trying to like pay attention to what is on my pie slice
Yep.
because I just can't handle this at the moment. And
It was
so big
tougher,
kudos to him for
and it's tougher
doing everything
running
that
with
he's been doing.
somebody who doesn't know the map but is a Chad. 'Cause he'll just run. They'll just like run to
Run.
things without knowing exactly where they are.
Yeah.
Whereas a newer player will stay still and kind of listen a little bit, right?
It's slow.
Keep it
Right,
slowed
Right.
down.
right,
And he's just like bopping all over the place. And I love Hamish. He's a good dude, great player. He's fast. He's faster than you, Pudge. And he doesn't even know the shoreline. He doesn't even know shoreline. He was running faster
but
than you.
he's a chatty
Wow.
fast, not
Yeah,
a move
he's just
fast.
like he's just do. Oh, these shots are over here, and then he's just
Let's go.
like I'm trying to collect Smoochie and Giggles today with Hamish and Crunch doing their thing, and Hamish is up there just like shooting everybody on the map,
and
and
it
Giggles and Smoochie are just like looting a couple dead players. Like, okay, we got to fit this rig over here and do this and that and make it fit. And Hamish is over here
meanwhile,
just making bodies for us to loot
he,
later.
he might as well have a bullhorn attached to his muzzle. You know how everybody wants to go quieter, or like
Yeah.
1-2 shots, and it's like fuck, I missed him. I'll just wait. Nah, Hamish, 300 and some yards out with a meg with like a bullhorn attached to his 60-round mag, fully kitted M4. Fuck, I missed him.
Yeah, he's
Shit,
running-
where did he go? I'm gonna get a new position. Okay, he's down.
Yeah, it
like
was the funniest fucking thing.
it's hilarious. It's funny because we got out of it. It's just funny to watch him run.
It's just like he's like, I don't know shoreline that well. I don't know the inside of it all that well. I was like, oh, that's fine. We're not going inside. I think he
Ah,
meant resort or middle map. I'm not really sure which.
Oh,
but
right.
It's
Every
fine.
time I see him on Shoreline, it's always at resort. So
Yeah. And we just trailer parked girls that, right, just around the outside.
Yeah. Yep.
So, um, do we have time for one more question?
yeah, we can squeeze in one more. Might as well.
Squeeze in one more. How have we ran through the patch notes? Have we talked about patch notes next?
We've
Like the next, more specifically, specialty roles in the next patch. Does anybody
no.
have any thoughts or feels about that? As far as like
no,
one being
I
a
have not
medic, one
looked
being
at
the
that.
killer, one,
Yeah. So I posted the link in our group chat. The basic rundown is that Nikita would like people to have a role in Tarkov. He doesn't want everyone being a jack of all trades, Superman, superhuman, run through, loot fast, search fast, heal fast, all do everything quickly all by themselves. He wants it to be a true squad
right, making it more squad.
gameplay. I don't know how he's going to make it work. I'm not sure, like with the current skills system, I don't think it'll work. I would love to see that implemented because we need some supporters, we need some DPS, we have our loot guy who can grab and distribute loot efficiently.
Not me.
He's
I'm
down in
sure it's
this
not
corner
me.
for me. I don't know where I'm going to be pointing on the YouTube
He's up in
video,
that
but
corner for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I got him right above me right here.
yeah, I mean but being able to differentiate roles I think could be neat, but we need a system where I can heal somebody else with my meds.
That would be
We need
If
that to
that's the
happen
way,
first.
if that's the way he's gonna play it, then yeah, like, is he gonna then start to implement field classes, which then
Right.
kind of starts to make it kind of almost feel right away for me as a battlefield player, battlefield-ish. Or if you
Yeah.
want to get closer to the milsim stuff, it kind of starts to feel like Hell Let Loose to me, or Squad, or something like that, where
Mm-hmm.
you're stuck with your specific loadout and your specific kind of field abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So
And maybe
I'm not sure I would like that too much as far as
I
Tarkov
don't
goes.
know because I don't know that any of us are kind of squared into one role at this point necessarily because we
I
all
am.
shoot. Well, not necessarily because we all shoot, we all loot, we all heal, we all learn the maps and run to loot spot and figure stuff out that way. There's not a navigator who's like, okay, follow me. There's not a loot person that grabs things and then distributes it. There isn't a person who heals everybody. It's all we all
Right.
kind of do our things individually together,
Yeah.
right? And I think we'll read through the patch notes and maybe get some more ideas on it. But I'm
We,
interested to see how it develops. I want to
Right.
see it.
we've kind of got an idea, something similar that how we're doing it already, and each of us are kind of taking one of the maps that we like the best and just learning that one and trying to teach the rest of the group that specific map.
Hmm.
Whereas also at the same time, pretty much every raid I run with you guys,
Yeah.
I'm just a spotter. You guys
Um,
shooting before I even get a chance to fire a bullet.
Right. And that's part of I
Right.
think that's going to be part of slowing down and is we'll spot, let somebody else shoot as long as we're not in immediate danger.
danger,
Right?
yeah.
Like
But
you can't claim all the scav kills. It's okay to not have 15
right.
kills on a map. Right? It's okay to
That
let somebody have 3 or 4
yeah, that's
a
about
piece.
the point where I get at is, it's like, hey, can here he is, somebody shoot him, please, somebody shoot him. And if he looks at me for like a split second too long, it's just my life or his at this point.
Yeah. And that's
And
okay.
if everybody gets, some scav kills and gets what they need, closer to the end of the raid, kind of like that last shoreline we did this afternoon. I don't care how far away he is. I know everybody's over here or over there or behind me. I'm just gonna take my funsies 80-meter shot with an AP-20 slug and see if I can hit him, and not say anything, because it's for funsies, right? We're
uh,
what, all of 2 or 3 thousand meters away from extract. Like, I'm gonna take some XP for myself. I'm sorry, but I feel like I
Yeah.
deserve
Right.
this one.
And I get that. I
But
think
for the most
maybe
part, I let everybody. I try and let everybody get what they need and get some kills, and they're not just a
yeah.
run through loot experience, right? So,
Right. And that's something I think we need
but
to
not to,
we'll have to let the newer people kind of experience is like Okay, there he is. I'm gonna say, just look where my gun is pointing. He's over
Yes,
there by a
that's who.
tree.
Yeah.
Something, or teach them call outs first. There's
Well,
something.
and
Send them
I
in
got
straight
that's where I come
solo.
to
Straight
mind.
There's gotta
solos
be a
only.
curriculum. Yeah.
The level 10
maybe
just
make
go
a
solo.
curriculum. They're like maps, call
Tarkov
outs,
101.
things like that. Yeah.
We're taking them to
just-
school already.
Yeah, we are. Someone make a PowerPoint. Let's go.
Oh
There we
lordy.
go. There we go. There we go. Cool.
I expect sexy country pictures in the corner of every page of that PowerPoint.
I will make sure you get them.
Thank you. Okay, cool. I think we wrap it up there and go raid because I'm getting really
Yeah, I was gonna
excited to
say,
play doing all
let's,
this talking about it and not being able to
Yeah,
play over the
Amen.
weekend.
I
So,
like it. Yeah.
Amen.
Where can we find all of you beautiful people?
How would we, in
My
which
bedroom.
rotation would we like to start?
And my silken bathrobe.
We'll start it with Country, the man himself.
I'm across most social media platforms. BG Country 91. Pretty much anything that's considered social media, I've got an account on at the moment.
Yep, you can find me at NPO BioWolf, BIOWULF. Find me on Twitch there. Twitter, you can find me that way. They'll show a different name as the @, but yeah, whatever. And I'm going to start experimenting with YouTube as soon as I can figure out how to edit videos and such, because I don't know how to do that. But we'll get it together. It'll be fine.
You'll find me at mixer.com/SirMetal666 for my streams. SirMetal666 on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as well. And also on Twitch. It is still active. I am toying with the idea of doing like 1 or 2 streams a week over there. Keeping like the podcast and all the other talk show stuff on Mixer and moving my gaming strictly to Twitch. Kind of doing both. See what happens.
Okay.
For myself, you will find me on Twitch at the Crunch18. I am on Twitter at I am the Crunch, for there is only one. YouTube channel, I throw a few fun raids, highlights up there, and anything that I'm playing, anything that I feel like is YouTube worthy and content worthy for them under Crunchydan, CRUNCHIEDAN. And that's really all you need to know about me as far as my streaming goes and where you need to find me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
ASMR.
And you guys can all find me on Sajent Pudge everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I believe there's a LinkedIn hiding there somewhere.
And Special Agent Pudge.
Not Special Agent Pudge. It's Agent. There's no dot yet. Haven't become that good. But soon. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap her up and go get into some raids. So thank you all for stopping by.
Yeet.
You'll catch us next Sunday because Sunday's gonna be the new podcast day. For a while, we're gonna test and see how this works for everybody. But y'all have a great evening.
Finger guns. That was me though.
Finger guns everywhere.